Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining for this afternoon SQL end user training. So this is CV and my partner, Mr. Jason. Today we will be your trainers for today's sessions. Okay, so everything's the sound, is it all right? So if you can hear me, can you give me a reply one? All right. I think all is good now. Okay. So before we start, so let us brief you today's agenda. Okay. So for today's agenda, we will guide you on some pre-settings first on the regional settings and financial start period and system conversion dates. And also we will guide you on company profile and how do you start SST and how do you maintain for the tariff. Okay, so after this, then we'll go through the master data setup for account, chart of account, customer, supplier, stock item, and opening balance as well. Okay, so after this, then we'll go through the sales and purchase flow and the differences between customer and supplier. Sorry, customer and supplier, the differences between sales and purchase, and also some reports like aging statement. After that, we will move on to the general ledger parts, cash flow entry, journals, bank reconciliations, and maintain acceptable transactions date. And of course, I think you guys are waiting for the e-invoice demo. So for this, we will show you live later. So we can start from the first basics setting first before we go through the e-invoice parts. All right. Okay. So very first thing, so I will let Jason's to guide you on how do you do all the settings for regional settings and so on. So let's start our training. Thank you.
Okay. The first step is you need to do the setting in your PC, which is region setting. Region setting. Okay. Under the region format, you need to set it as English United Kingdom, which English UK. Okay. And the date format will be day, month, year. Okay. After that, we move on to the financial start period, which is the very first thing you use our SQL software, you need to set is that the financial start period. Okay, under tools, and then you click on option. Okay. And you click the general ledger. Financial start period is your financial start date. Some company will start on 1st of January, then some of the company also will start in the middle of the year, maybe July of 1st of July. Okay. And then the system conversion date is the date that when you store the when you use our SQL software and store the transaction in this system. Before the system conversion date is all calculated as opening balance. Okay.
Okay, so in short, for financial start period is the first day of your accounting period. So meaning if let's say your company financial period is from 1st of January until 31st of December, so your financial period every year will be 1st of January. But somehow maybe some of the company they will start on 1st of September or 1st of April. So you may set your own financial periods here. So because since SQL do not need to do any year-end closing, yeah, so system will base on this date to determine the first day of your financial period. So this is very important. So once you set, so you must make sure the settings here is correct lah. And second on, we move to the system conversion date here. Many people will confuse, because since I already set the financial start periods, so my system conversion date will be 31st of December. No, actually system conversion date is referred to the SQL transaction first date. So if let's say today's you are buying this SQL software, so you are starting on 1st of October, and then your financial period is start from 1st of October as well, then financial start period will be 1st of October and system conversion date also will be 1st of October. So how do you differentiate these two dates? Okay, just bear in your mind, you can do as a record as financial start period is the first day of transactions for every year. You reset the first day, and your system conversion dates will be the first day of transaction in SQL. Okay, system equally to SQL. Okay, so system is meaning SQL start date. All right. Okay, so this is how do you differentiate between financial start period and system conversion dates. And this date is very important. Once you set it, it's very difficult to change it. Because if let's say your company have changing from financial period, then you have to proceed with cut off year end, then only you're able to change it. Or else, if let's say you set wrongly, then that might be your openings for P&L or balance sheets, there have some difficulties lah. So this is quite important. So you must make sure that you set the dates correctly. So if you have any questions, you can type in the chat box. So we will answer you shortly in the Q&A sessions. Okay, so we move on.
Okay, since financial start period already set, right? Then we will come to the company profile. You can click on file and then click company profile. Okay. And here you can enter your company name and the remark as well, and also the registration number and the industry code for your company. For registration number, actually once you already type your company name, right, you can click on the search icon here. Then the system will auto prompt your company number. So you can just double click and click OK will do. Okay. And then under the general tab, you can enter the attention of the company and then the address, country, postcode, city, state, and coordinate in phone and fax, and as well as the email. Okay. The country is important for you to put it because if you don't put it, you will not show the SSD tab for you. Okay. Also, an additional feature is that once if your postcode is 40170, right, and the city is Shah Alam and state is Selangor, so you just need to click on this icon, this refresh icon, and click on it. The system will auto help you to update the field. Okay. Then we go to the report header. This report header is when you print the report, is the header for your report. Then you can set it, and then you can also amend by clicking the edit button. Okay. You can change the color. You can change the color or the font type or even the font size as well. So you can also move the alignment and bold it. Yeah. For example, I add additional things. Just then when you want to save, you just close it and the system will prompt a message. Would you like to save a change? then you click on yes only. Okay. And the report footer also is the same like the report header. Okay. And this is the My Invoice tab. You just need to enter the TIN number for your company. Okay, and tourism number, if your company is under the tourism industry, then you can enter the tourism number.
Okay, so for the TIN number, right? Actually, for SQL, we can no need to do the TIN number updates, meaning like you have to send email to get the TIN number from your client. Why? Actually, if let's say you already upgrade to the latest versions, right? And under the general tab, as long as you had started your country as Malaysia, then actually you will find this My Invoice tab in your company profile. So let's say today's I'm going to search my own company name. Okay, let's say lah, we are from eStream, right? Okay, so I type our company name, eStream Software. Okay, so from here, actually we able to search our SSM number. Okay, so this is a very good features that you're able to search. And then once upon you search, then actually you can see the TIN number for our company will automatic updates. And this TIN number actually validated lah. Okay, so later on we will show you again on the customer side. So this is the features that we have. Okay, so we move on to
This is the GST tab and the SST tab. Okay, for this SST setting, I will explain to you later. And for the online payment, okay, for the online payment, you can choose the type of the payment, which Trade Now or iPay 88 or Merchant Razor. The email setting, this email setting is used for batch email, like you want to send the invoice by clicking a button on it and send to each of your customer or supplier. Okay, this is for the more tab, and you can change the currency language. Yeah, this is the drive. This is the drive for our drive attachment or for club. Okay.
all right, so after you set, then you may press on the save buttons so to updates. But for company profiles here, the most important part is actually your report header, because later on you will need all these report headers to be printed in your quotations or sales invoice or official receipts. Okay, so this is all the parts that you have to set here. And after this, we move on to how do you start the SST. Yeah.
Okay, you can see here the SST tab. Then you just click on the Start SST now. Okay, then this is the SST effective date, like maybe just click on Next. Okay, you can enter your sales tax number or service tax number. Then this code, the system already by default already set for you. You just click on Next as well. Okay, the default sales tax, you can choose whether you want to become sales tax, service tax, or sales tax exempted. Okay, and then you click on Finish. Okay. Then once you already start the SSD, then you need to relog on the software to take the effect. Okay, you can see now the SSD already start. Okay, After you enter all your transaction, right, then you can see you can run the SST return for 2 months. Once you process, then you can also view the SST return listing for it.
And one more thing to be mentioned here. Once you start your SST, actually the tax code is all automatic created lah. So you do not need to one by one key in. So you just need to start the SST and system will help you to append all the tax code here. Before we move to the master data setting, let us see some Q&A first. So I will answer another one, Suyar. Okay, if system coercion date is 1st of August, company start, so my financial period should be put which date? Yeah, so for you, Suyar, actually, your financial start period is 1st of January because your closing is on December. So your financial start period will be 1st of January, and then your system coercion date will be 1st of August. All right. Okay. How to set up the email setting? Okay. For uni, how do you set up the email setting is actually you need to get your email SMTP host everything's details. So maybe you can refer your agent center so they will share you the guidelines. How do you set up? Because every email like Yahoo or Gmail or your own email centers, right? You have your own SMTP code lah. So this one we have the guidelines to share you so you can get from your agent center. And Emily asked for is the SSD register date is based on the actual date or the date start with SQL date. This one is based on your SSD register date because this is a testing company. So later on when we are showing you SSD returns, we just start, that's why we start on the 1st of October. Yeah. Okay. So you just follow the letters that you register for SSD. So you can just proceed with the start update for SST lah. All right. Okay. So I think that's all. So we'll go to the GL chart of account by Jason. Thank you.
Okay, now we go to the GL chart of account. Okay, you can click on here, the maintain account, or you can go to the GL maintain account. Okay. In the chart of account, we have non-current asset, current asset, current liability, equity, and so on. Okay. And I create an example for non-current asset. Okay. When you want to create a new non-current asset, you just press on new. Okay, and then you enter the GL code. Description, you put auto, and then you click on OK. Okay, definitely you also having the accumulate depreciation for the motor, right? Then you just click on new and okay. After you enter the GL code and the description, you need to remember to tick this special account type. Then this accumulated depreciation model will store in accumulated depreciation account. Okay, when you click OK, then you can see it here. The special type is accumulated depreciation account. Okay. Okay, for bank. Okay, if you want to add another bank inside the chart of account, you also can point at here, cash at bank. Then you click on new. Then you enter the code for it. Then the description maybe HP. Okay, you can choose either you want to become bank account, cash account, deposit account, customer control account, or bank or balance stock account. Okay, since we want to create a new bank, right? So I select bank account and you click on OK. Okay, then the RSP bank will show under the cash at bank. Okay, next for the expenses. Okay, maybe I create a new expenses. New, 1, 2, 3, 0. Okay, maybe become a petrol. Okay. Actually, SQL account also support unlimited subfield. Like okay, under the petrol, you want to add another subfield, you can like this. Add petrol, sales. You can okay. Okay. And then you also can create one more. Just click on OK. If inside the petrol for sales, you want to add another subfield, you also can add for it. Okay. Uh, okay. And then
Mm. Okay, so Jason had already shared you on how do you do all the accounts, creations, and then a sub account. Okay, so if you have question, then you can raise. And of course, for SQL, right? If let's say you have any example, like you already start the transactions, but then you're trying to change your account code. Okay, so once you change your account code, let's say right now it's 919010, right? Okay, so let's say I'm going to change from this with another additional A behind. So you can just change it and all the previous transactions will override with the latest code. Okay, so you do not need to one by one edit for the previous transactions. Okay, so and then for this one, if let's say you are putting on the wrong subcode, so it's okay, you can just drag and drop also. So there's a features here. Okay, so you can drag and drop. Okay, so you can do this way. All right. Okay, so this is the chart of account. So let me see any questions. Nazirin, my company have started the business more than 4 years and we are applying SQL in our account in 1 year, but I need to renew back the record because there are error in recording. So how do we renew? This one, we are not teaching here. Okay, so you have to refer back to your accounts, support centers. They will guide you how do you do all the record back all the previous year transactions. Okay, and Susan asking how to create a sales account. Yeah, it's the same way. Just now, like Jason showed you under the revenues here. So you can create a new and then you just assign your code and then create your sales account. That's all. So like examples, here they have the breakdown of sales bedding accessories, sales furniture, sales lighting, and so on. Okay, so this is how do you do the sales breakdown. Okay. And YC is asking if fixed assets, click on spatial tab, can unclick it. Oh, okay. If let's say, I think YC asked this question is meaning maybe you are doing some wrong settings. So if let's say the accounts that you are assigning a spatial tab account with transactions, then you're unable to change it anymore. If let's say you are moved to others account, meaning the current transaction you move to another account first, then you edit and change it back to the type that you don't as a general type, then you can do so. As long as the account do not have transactions, you can do any changes. But if transactions happenings, then you're unable to change the spatial type back to the general account lah. Okay, any asking bank borrowing account is which category? Oh, this one you have to check with your accountant or auditors. So this one chart of account. So I think it's liabilities. So you can double check with them. Okay. So this is on the chart of account. All right. So we move on to the maintain customer. Yeah.
American customer, click on it. Okay. Okay. We can create a new customer. For example, the company can be okay. Okay, after you enter the company name, you can see a control account here. This control account is to control the customer account, which trade debtor. Okay, and this is the code. Uh, the system will auto assign the code like 300 dash and E002. The E is following the alphabet of your first word of your company name. Okay. You also can manually assign the customer code for it. Okay. And then for registration number, you just need to click on the search button, and then the system will auto show you the company name, registration number, and then you just click on it, and then you click OK. Then the system will auto help you to wrap the field. Okay. Okay. Now in the generate tab, there's the branch name, and then you can type the address. Um, Then you can put the country, Malaysia or other places. You can enter the postcode and the city. Once you enter the city, once you enter the postcode, then the system will auto capture the city and the state for you. Okay. And also you also can see here is got the refresh icon button. You can just click on it. Then the system will help you auto to fill in the field. Okay. And this is a coordinate for the address and the attention for your customer, maybe Mr. Hmm? And the phone number and the mobile. Okay. Okay, and also the fax and also the email. Okay, the email is important if you would like to use the bash email, because if you use the bash email, right, you need to ensure that the customer having the email address is the valid email address. Then only you can use the bash email function to send out the invoice or other file for your customer. Yeah. Okay. Now we go for the area. Okay. Area. By default, the system already help you create some area like KL, Selangor, Singapore, US. If you wish to create a new area, you can click on the down button and then you click on new, or you can go to choose maintain area. Okay. And also the same for the agent currency. You also can find it at under the choose and then maintain agent, maintain currency. Or you want to do it here, also can. Okay. The currency also the system will default help you to already default show some currency like SGD, TWD, USD. Okay. And the credit terms. Okay. For the credit terms is you can set for 30 days, 60 days, or COD. Or you also can create new. Okay. Maybe some customer is 45 days only. Okay, you can do in number of day. You remember to type as 45. If you type as 0, then system will not calculate for you. Okay. We also have other option like due on specific day of the month. Means that okay, for a day maybe you put 16, then you put 2 months. Means that after 2 months on 16 only will become the credit term for the customer. Okay.
This is useful for those company that they have their presets overdue date. So example, you know somehow some of the international companies, so they are setting their aging cutoff is on 10 of every month. So you can preset this way on a specific day of the month. Okay, so this you can do the spatial setting. And then third one will be due in the month end.
The third one is due in the month end, means that after 2 months, only will due only the so under 2 months only will due only. Okay.
Example, today is 25th of October, right? Okay, so if let's say you are setting due in the month end, then will be 1st of November will be the due date. So the last day of the month will be due date, no matter 1st of October you doing this bill or you do this bill on 31st of October. So the last day will be the due date of the terms day. Okay, so this is the setting but commonly as we set in right now, everyone is follow the number of days. So the common one will be due in a number of days, and the second type and third type will be optionals for you guys. Okay.
This is the statement, customer statement. There are two types. One is bring forward and one is open item. Brought forward is means that the customer statement show the sum of the total amount. And for the open item, the customer statement will show that each transaction with each record, the total amount is how many for each one.
So this one we will show you on the customer statements part. We will show you the differences between open item statement and brought forward statement. Okay, so we move on to aging.
Okay. The aging, there are two types. One is invoice date and one is due date. But by default, we suggest is used by following the invoice date instead of due date. Okay.
Due date is meaning after the term. So like let's say just now under the terms we set 45 days. After 45 days, then only they will count as a day one for the agings. So but the common one will be based on the invoice date lah. No, not based on the due date. Okay. Okay, so right.
Okay, and this is the price tag. The system default already help you to show some price tag, which dealer, retail, and wholesale.
So what is price tag? Okay, so price tag is meaning like example, this is more for those inventory companies where they have categorized their pricing between these three grouping. So either it's dealer, retail, or wholesale. Okay, so the dealer maybe get the price is this price or end user price or retail's price or wholesale's price. So this one we will show you on the maintenance stock items there. How do we set? So this is how do you categorize the customer on this grouping only. Okay.
And next will be the invoice submission.
So this one we'll talk about later.
Okay. Okay, and now we go to the credit control. Okay, the credit limit for this customer is 30,000, but you also can set, so you also can set the credit limit for it is 15,000 or more than that also can. Okay, for this overdue limit, it means that after the 30 days, after your credit term 30 days, you want to set a limit, then you can set as 0.01. Okay. Definitely, you also can block the you also can block the user for not uh, generate the invoice anymore. Okay, you can click on apply to. If exit limit you block, you can choose block or override. Means that you need the permission from the admin. Okay, and now we go to the notes. Okay, inside the note tab, you can see the customer whether you can set it as active, inactive, suspense, prospect, or pending. Okay. And the account open date is when you open the maintain, which when you open the customer account. Okay. And this is the registration number for the company. Okay. Next is the tax. Okay. Under tax, the okay, after you search your registration number, right? Once you enter the registration number, then the system will auto map the field with your registration number and also a DIN number as well. So you also can enter the default tax and also a sales tax number.
So the default tax is actually for the SST user. So if let's say if your default is ST or service tax, then you do not need to set spatial. But if let's say the company have some assumptions like SEC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the categories mostly is one sessions 1 or sessions 3, right? So this one you can presets. So meaning whenever this customer, when we are doing billing, then the system will automatically do the assumptions on SEC 1 or SEC 3. But if let's say you are default service tax or sales tax, then you do not need to do any default tax setting. The system is automatic as a service tax or sales tax based on your default settings. And just now we mentioned about the TIN numbers, right? So again, so you can see right now the TIN number will be searched. If let's say once you get your company register number, as long as you get a register number, then we will provide you the validated PIN number. Okay, so for you, because why is validated? Because somehow one day, your client, when you are doing the email, I know some of the software they are using the email to ask your clients to fill up the TIN number. So somehow, because the TIN number is we have to fill up their Excel manually. So somehow when you have typo, then we do not know. So when we copy in and then on the times we send the e-invoice or start the e-invoice, right? So we unable to know that the TIN number is it validated or not. So for SQL user, you are great. So you just have to get register number, and then once you search, the TIN number will be updated. Okay. So after this, there's a bank account here, so you can fill up the bank account for Xero purpose. Okay. From here, let's answer some Q&A here. Okay, so for 60123, is the register number auto-find by the system? Yes, we are looking from the SSM portal. So as long as you find the company names, we're able to look up for you for the register number. Okay, Jason Su asking, what is your current SQL versions? We are using the latest version. You can see from my cursors here is 999.856. Okay, so this version is all supported for the e-invoice. And No, asking why in my system maintain customer do not have item credit control. Oh, okay. Sorry. Credit control actually is an additional modules where if let's say you have any professional module sets, then actually you're included with this credit control set. Okay, so you can top up for the professional sets because it's a very worth products. Actually, it included a few of the modules inside like partial delivery, currency module, multiple document number. Okay, so I think it's quite useful. All right, and then Emily asking, is it important to fill up all the few clients' details here? What if we left out some details here? Would it be affected? Okay, the 35 fields, right? Later on, this one e-invoice topic will focus on. So Emily, I will ask you answer you later. Okay, so we'll show you how that system detected the 35 compulsory fields in e-invoice when doing the submissions. Okay. But then, of course, the 35 field is included the company name, the company register number, the TIN number as well, and also the address. So all of this I think is quite common, so you may fill up accordingly. Okay. And then Masliati as under agents, how to delete the old name. Oh, you can only replace. So you create a new agents and then you replace. But this one you need to do one by one. Okay. Woon asking for currency can do some practice to guide us. Yes, later on we will share you. Just now you got to the how to create the currency. Oh, okay. So we will show you later for Woon. Okay, what Emily asked, what if client change the company name but the same register number? Do we need to manually update it again? Yeah, of course, because system won't override the previous transaction, the previous records. So if any company's name change, then you have to update. Yeah. Finance is asking, there's no credit control. Yes, this is the software modules problem. What is TIN number? Okay, Farah, what is TIN number? Or maybe this one, haha, you have to go to understand from our e-invoice seminar. Okay, so what is TIN number? So this is very useful. The TIN number is all the like you, ourselves, we have IC number. TIN number is international code. So everyone's, no matter future where you go. So when you're buying anything from overseas, if let's say the country is doing the e-invoice, e-invoice startup, then actually you need to provide the number. So next time you will know the number is very useful for e-invoice era. Okay. Okay, so we will continue. Okay, for currency, it's very simple. So for currency, of course, you have to own the currency module first lah. So somehow you can go to tools, maintain currency, and then for here, right? Actually, our home currency will be Ringgit Malaysia. Okay, so the currency rate will be 4 dash lah. All right, and then if let's say you have another new uh Chinese yuan, okay, renminbi. I think for the e-invoice era, they are calling this Chinese yuan. Okay, so this one you can see ISO code. C. Okay, so the description here you can space on Chinese yuan or renminbi. Okay, so the rate here you can preset your buying rate. Buy the rate is meaning you buy from the supplier, sell is meaning you sell to your customer. So buy is refer to supplier, sell is refer to customer. And then the colors here you can assign accordingly. Like example, you want to specify or for Chinese renminbi is on red color. So you can assign accordingly the red color. Oh, there's two red color. Okay, wait. We change another color for this one, orange. Okay, so you can differentiate. Okay, the rates here is the selling rate ma. So let's say it's a 0.6 then you can put in 0.6. This is a reference because later on when you are doing the transactions, you can able to change it accordingly by transactions. Okay, so this is a reference code only. And somehow if let's say some of the company, they are buying a TT fixed rate, so you can assign date from date to and then with a fixed rate. So system will accordingly follow the document state within these periods, then it will following the buy rate or selling rate. Okay, so this is how we're doing the maintain currency. All right. Okay. So any questions? For RM currency code, we don't change it because the default, we need the default 4 dash code.
You can save only. Okay, supplier. Maintain supplier. Okay. Actually, maintain supplier is almost the same with the maintain customer. General. Spectrum. To search. Okay, you type the company name and then you also do the same thing. Search the registration number. Okay, let me show you. Okay, under the text here. Okay, after you search it, then you click on OK. Okay, you can see that the registration number field is already being filled, and the TIN number also will be auto filled. Yeah. Okay. And additional is that you need to enter the industry code for the supplier. You can choose, there are multiple industry code. So you choose the industry code that match with your supplier. Okay. Choose it. Okay. Back to the chat. Okay, under the credit term. Okay, in the supplier, in the maintain supplier, you also can set the credit term and the credit limit as well. You also can take whether it's allowed to exceed the credit limit or not. Okay. Okay. What's the same? Okay. For if your supplier is in the tourism industry, then you can help him to enter the tourism number, and also the if some supplier or customer having the tax extension number, then you also can enter here, as well as enter the expiry date for the tax extension number. Okay. Okay. Okay, maybe for some customer or supplier, right? Is is personal one, so you can enter you can choose the ID type to IC, passport, or army. If you choose for IC, then you can enter the IC for the supplier. Then the system will help you to capture the TIN of your supplier. Okay. Now we move on to the maintain stock group. Okay, we go to stock, then stock group. As today is the basic account training, so I will just explain the stock, maintain stock group and stock item. If you would like to know more about the stock details, then you can join our next training with advanced training. Okay. So now we create a maintain stock group first. Under maintain stock group, you can enter the code for your stock group and the description as well. And also there are 3 costing method with fixed costing, FIFO, and weighted average. Okay. Then you need to remember that the sales code is insert. Okay. But the first thing is that you need to make sure that inside your chart of account, you already create this code for it, for sales code, cash sales code, sales return, balance sheet, stock purchase, cash purchase, and purchase return code. Okay. For example, we now maybe mapping for the balance sheet stock. Click on the stock, then you click on save. Okay. Then now we go for the stock item, and then stock item. You also can click on here, stock. Go for the maintain stock item. Yeah, maybe I create a new stock item. It's called as chair. The description is chair. And the item group you can choose whether this stock item is under which stock group. Maybe you can put it under furniture. Okay. And the base URM is whether the chair is in unit or in kg. Okay. Reference cost is the cost that you buy from the supplier is how much. Maybe I put as maybe 200. Okay. And then the reference price is the price that you sell for this product is how much. Okay, maybe up a bit, maybe 300. Yeah. Okay. Yes, chef column and the reorder level column. The reorder color level is that if your quantity is less on the certain quantity, then the system will prompt up a message to notify you that your balance is low. Okay, maybe less than 5. And then your reorder quantity is maybe you can set for 10. Means that if your balance low for 5 quantity, then we'll help you to reorder the quantity for 10. Okay. And the lead time is that the reorder quantity need to take how long? Okay. You can set the time maybe 1 hour. Sorry, 1 day, 2 days. Okay. And this is the output text. Output text is for the for the sales invoice when you sell it for your customer, and the input text will be the you buy from the supplier. Then once you create a sales invoice or the purchase invoice, then the text will auto come out for you. Okay. Also, you can add some remark for the stock item. We having remark 1, remark 2. Also, you also can enter the barcode as well, and the tariff code. Yeah, you can click on new, or you can go to under choose maintain tariff. Okay, for the stock item, right? The tariff code is based on this one. You can go to Google and search for tariff, and then you see this JKDM HR Explorer. And you click on it. Then the tariff type, make sure is the PDK 2022 Forinta Duty Custom. Okay, 2022. And your search criteria can based on the item description. Maybe the keyword you can type as chair, and you click on find. Then the website will show you the tariff code. Okay. Maybe I create a example. 0102 You can set this tariff code as default or non-default also can. Okay, just save on it. Once I re-click again, then the tariff code will show up and just click on it. Okay, for the verification code. Okay, this clarification code is for the stock item. So you can choose uh, the stock item classification code is which one. Okay. Okay, now we go for the UOM. Okay, for this stock item, maybe you have more than one UOM, as system default already help you to create one UOM which you need. So if you wish to create more than it, then you can just click on the plus button. Okay, maybe in KG, yeah, and the rate is 1, and maybe the reference cost is 254. And the reference price, sorry, 300. You also can set a minimum price as well. Okay. If you choose this base, means that if you choose KG as base, means that every time when you create the sales invoice or any orders, then the stock item will use the UOM as KG instead of unit. So if you wish to use black units, then you just click on this checkbox button, base checkbox button. Next will become the customer price tab. Okay, under the customer price tag, as we say just now, if you custom inside the maintain customer profile, there you got one called as price tag, right? Okay, you can set the price tag for the customer, whether it's the sorry, dealer, retail, or the wholesales. Okay, and you search for the company, means that search for the customer. Okay, maybe and the quantity is the quantity, maybe you can put 1 or 2. Okay. You also can use the UM, and then the unit price is how much, and the discount for the customer is how much. And also you can add some additional notes for the customer as well. And also this price tag, the validity date is from uh which date until which date. For example, if from today means today is 25th of October, then maybe until 21st of October. Okay.
Okay, so this one will be just now what we mentioned about on the customer's price tag, right? Okay, so for customer price tag side there, we will show you just now under the customers. We are showing you the price tag, right? Okay, so this is the part where if let's say the customer is under wholesale and then the wholesale for this item pricing is selling at what price, and this is quite useful for the date periods here is because like examples are when you have running some campaign for maybe some exhibitions, then actually you can set the spacious dates here, then system will do these spatial date settings uh, for the pricing as well. Okay, so you can set under the customer price and supplier price as well. Okay, so other than that, I think one more thing is the classifications code. Yeah, so for classifications code here is important for you where for e-invoice era, lah, right? Okay, so for e-invoice era, right? For the 45 categories here, we will update from here. So you can update accordingly what is the items regarding on. So if let's say of course, our system, the default values will be 022 for others. But if let's say it's under others categories from here, then you can assign accordingly. Okay. Any others? UOM, I think is quite complete, right? So let us see some Q&A. So for overseas supplier use TIN number or no need. For overseas supplier, maybe we can show you the self-billing later on for the e-invoice part. And then unique is us. It's not necessary for us to maintain the e-invoice details for supplier, right? Yes. actually not necessaries, but later on we will show you some imports invoice part from the supplier side. And then JHR is asking, just now you say reference cost is supplier cost. If I have same item but different price, different supplier price. Yeah. Okay. So this actually on the maintenance stock item, the reference cost and reference price here is actually a reference only. So if let's say when you are doing the good receive later or the invoice later, purchase invoice later, every supplier will give you the different pricings, right? So on that time, then actually system will captures all the documents reference cost in the stock part. Okay, so for today's, we are not going to touch on the stock, so you can replay back to the our previous training regarding on stock. Okay, so this one is this we got you on maintenance only, but inventory class, then maybe you can join the advanced training or you can look back on the previous trainings part. Okay, and then May is asking, can we create stock group or item for rental income expenses more tenants should be do in? Yeah, you can do. So under the stock group there, you can assign accordingly what is your default account code first. So whenever you are doing the purchase invoice side, right? When you are doing the self-bill part, then you no need to do the account assign. But if you want to assign later also can. So it's up to you. Okay. And then Vivian, I have many products. Do I need to do classifications code for each product? Yes. Because classifications code is a 35 compulsory field in the e-invoice. So any items that you are not assigned for classifications code, you are unable to upload to the IRB server. Okay, so anything that is still is missing out from the 35 fields, then you're unable to do the upload. All right. The classifications code by default we already set for 022. Okay, but if let's say any shortcuts here, actually yes. If let's say under the furniture groupings here is all not 022, you can highlight the first one, then you can do this grouping until the last one. You just press the shift to highlight everything here. Then you can right click and go to batch edit value. Then from here you can assign your classification code. Let's say for this furniture is under disbursement, let's say lah. Okay, then you can press OK and then press yes. Then this 13 item will be updated successfully. Okay, so how do I prove this? So let us see on the classifications code here. It's all right now, it's 006. This is one batch edit features in the stock items here. Okay, so I think that's all for the maintenance. All right, okay. Wow, it's 3:40 now. So do you need a short break, a 5-minute breaks? Then we will go through the sales and purchase flow. Then only we proceed.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Now we will going to talk about the maintain opening balance. For the opening balance, right, you can enter the amount for your fixed asset. For example, if you type, okay, sorry, you need to click on edit first, then only you will be able to enter the amount. Then you click on, you enter the amount for the fixed asset, 450, and this one will be 200. And the office equipment will be 200 in credit. Okay. Then when you see the fresh, then the system will show you that your opening balance is out of balance 250 ringgit. It's due to that the DR total amount and the CR total amount is not matched. So you need to make sure that the opening balance for DR and CR is having the same total amount, then will not come out the red color words out of balance. Okay. Okay, furthermore, you also can enter the for the trap debtors. You also can enter the opening balance for the customer. Okay, yeah. In the local DR means in the local DR, you can see that there are two options. Either is in open invoice or open in debit note to enter the opening balance. Also, in the CR, you can see that it's open payment or open credit note. Okay, let's do an example. Okay, go for open invoice. Then the system will prompt you to the will redirect you to the customer invoice. Sorry. Okay, and then you click on new and you select the customer. And then you enter the date, maybe 20. Okay, then the system will show you that as a past invoice. Okay, for past invoice, we no need to gain any stock item or what. We just need to enter the total amount. Total amount is 5,000. Okay, then you save on it, and then we back to the under here. Okay, you can see that the trap debtor, the opening balance is 5,000. Okay. Okay, now do for the trap creditor. Okay, maybe in CR, then we open invoice. Also, the system will direct you to the supplier invoice, and you click on new, select the supplier, then change the date account. Then will become past invoice, and it's the same. You just need to enter the total amount for you to maybe okay. Then you just click on save. Okay. Now we back to the maintain opening balance and you click on refresh. Then you are able to see that for this supplier, their opening balance is 4,000. Okay. Okay, now we go to the purchase part. Okay, purchase part. The SQL account already help you to arrange the sequence. It's flow by form means that you need to create purchase request, purchase PO, GRN, purchase invoice. Okay, then we start from first flow, which purchase request. Okay, click on here. We can select the supplier. Then all the supplier details will automatically prompt out. And also you can change the description. Maybe you want to purchase request, you want to add some words, also can. And the purchase request document number you can set by yourself, or you can no need to enter any document number because the system will automatically help you to generate the document number. And this is the date, and you can select the agent, which agent handle this document. Okay, and the terms as well. you also can enter the reference for your own reference in the purchase request, and also the extension number. Maybe you can enter the extension number for your agent. Okay, then you just click on the plus button, then you select the code. Okay, let me select another one. It's called share. Okay, you can see that after I select the item code share, then the text code will automatically prompt up. It's due to that just now in the stock item, I have created a output text for it. Input text. Yeah. Yeah, input text as PSV. Okay. So when I select this item code, the text code will automatically prompt up and the text rate as well. Okay. Then you just need to click on save on it. Okay. So if you wish to transfer this PR means purchase request to PO, you can choose, you can click, you can right click on here, transfer to purchase PO, or you can go to purchase PO, there click on new, then you right click, transfer from purchase request also can. Okay. Right click, transfer to PO. Okay, and I will pick one more item. You can see that these two item the color will become green color, and if I add another one, will become the black color. It's due to that to let you know that the green color is you transfer from the PR, means purchase request, and this black color word is you just added in. Okay, and then you can save as well. You also can right click, transfer to good receive. Then the system will help you to transfer all the things inside the PO. You also can click on save. Then you also can right click, transfer to purchase invoice. So you can save.
Okay. So for the purchase invoice here, okay, just now Jason is doing the transferring to show you from the PO from the PR to PO purchase order, and then good receive, and then go for the purchase invoice. So the ways, I think the transfer is quite easy for you. So and he also explaining the differences. If let's say today's your request is only two items, and then after this you add on another items, this is two, and then in the purchase orders here they have additional items added on, so you can able to see the differences of green and black colors. All right. Okay, and then somehow on the purchase orders here is you maybe you need any others like discount. So from here the item codes here we can have the hamburger buttons here, then we can call out the discount. Okay, so you can call out all the fields that you need from the available field. All right, and then after this then you just transfer, but then bear in your mind because of course today's we are not talking on inventories, but then just to sharing for you, start from good receive, our stock will be reflected lah. All right, okay, so for the stock reflected here, so it will affected once you have good receive, meaning your inventory will be increased. And make sure you are to send this good receive into the purchase invoice. It is due to if let's say good receive already updates once, you must make sure you update transfer to the purchase invoice to avoid the double increasing on the inventory. Okay, so this is the part that we need to touch on. And of course, for the good receive here, you can also print out so but then I understand that purchase side we normally don't print because it's your suppliers to provide you. Okay, so somehow maybe some will be asking, hey CV, if let's say I only go for purchase request, then I straightforward go to the good receive or purchase invoice, is it okay? Yes, the answer is yes. Actually, up to you on your company business flow. So if let's say your company is going to implement for the purchase request, and then after this you send the purchase order, then you straightforward don't do good receive, you just go to the purchase invoice. Yes, it's up to you. So you can skip either one step, or you want to skip from purchase request, from purchase order straight to the good receive. Is it okay? Yes, you can do it. Not necessary you must go to the whole flow. Purchase request, purchase order, good receive, and then purchase invoice. All right. Okay, and Jane, we are doing SQL e-invoice later after these sessions. And then JHR is asking, is that the flow chart show that after I issue PO, good receive, and yeah. Okay, so I think JHR is want to know, oh, actually this purchase invoice is transferring leveling from where? Okay, so actually there. Okay, from here you can right click. It will be item. Okay, so from right click, then you can view item flow. So you can know that, oh, actually this item is from a purchase request 0005 and then transfer to a purchase order and then good receive and then purchase invoice. Okay, so this is the flow lah. So every item maybe somehow you have partial transfer, you have partially, right? So you can right click on per items, then system will show you uh the flow chart. And of course you can see the full transfer and partial transfer. You can see the arrow buttons is black, then it's a full transfer, and then partial transfer. Okay, so you can differentiate between the colors here. All right. Okay, so this is for the purchase invoice parts. Okay, then we will move on to the cash purchase. I think is so far so some same like purchase invoice. But if let's say you have any purchase returns, right, then you can proceed to the purchase returns here. Then you go to new, and then you may search for the supplier. So for suppliers here, then for purchase returns, it is you returns the goods to the suppliers, right? So you may transfer from the purchase invoice which item is broken or you want to return. So let's say this is a chair, then we can do it chair. So you can transfer. Okay. So system will help you to minus this item out from your stock again upon you do. Okay, and then one more thing is the purchase returns here is due to the e-invoice error lah. So e-invoice error whenever you have any CNs, right? So there's another options here for the supplier, and also sales there will have okay, so both part also will have this new from document number drop downs list. Okay, so this one we will show you on more onwards later. Okay, so this is the purchase return. Oh yeah, the purchase return just now when they will prompt you the knockoff is because purchase return is actually CN right? Okay, so this CN whether you want to straight because I'm transferring from this invoice, from document number. Yeah. So system will ask, do you want to straightforward knock off the outstanding of these invoices? Just now I press yes. So let me show you under the SC003 here, supplier credit notes. So you can see I do not need to come to the supplier credit note to do the knockoff anymore. As long as I press yes, then system will help me to post to the creditor and help me to do the automatic knockoff for the purchase invoice. All right. Okay. So JHR is asking just now the flow chart is, yeah, it is available on all the stage. Okay, it's available on all the items. Okay, you can see. So this is from where, and then this one is from where. Okay, so you can overview on every single documents. All right. Okay, so I think so far for the purchase here.
Sales.
Okay, so we will move on to the sales part now. So Jason will take over from the sales. Mm,
Okay. The sales system also make the sequence for you. The first flow is quotation. Okay. Then you can click on new, you click on customer, maybe this customer, and all their details will come up. And also the same, the quotation number you no need to key because the document number for the quotation, the system will auto generate for you. Okay. You click on plus button, select the plus, check. Okay. The The item code for chair will show the text code for SV because just now inside the stock item already set for it, right? And the BOM01 black will also show the text code as SV. It's due to that under the maintain tags, we already set the text code SV text code as a default. So once you create the item, add the item, then the text code will be SV. Okay. Okay, for the okay for the chair, the text code is SV and the BOM01 black is also the same text code SV. Okay, it's due to that under the tools, the maintain text, the SV code is already set it as default. So means that once you select the item code, the text code will be SV. Okay. Then you click on the save. Okay. You can transfer you can do the same step like what we just doing at the purchase side just now. Okay. Maybe we use another method, then you can see more details. Okay. Now we go to the sales order. We create a new, and then we right click here, transfer from quotation. Okay. Maybe I click this as 0.5, and this one as 0.8. Okay. We partial transfer. We partial transfer the item to the SO. Then I click OK. Okay. You can see that the BOM01 black is 0.5 quantity and the chair is 0.8 quantity. Okay. Click on save. Then you also can right click on here and view the item flow. You can see that the arrow button color will become a purple color. It's due to that the item is partial transfer. Okay. Then when I right click, transfer to delivery order. Okay. Delivery order is also the same like the just now the good receive means that it will deduct once you agree this deal, then will deduct from your stock. Okay. You can save and you right click, transfer to sales invoice. Okay, then you can save. Okay, let's look again the item flow. Okay, you can see that the first one, quotation to the sales order is the arrow button, the arrow is purple color, means it's partial transfer. But start from SO to DO and then to invoice, the arrow button is black color. Okay, means that you are full transfer all the item to the DO to the invoice. Okay. Now let's go to the cashiers. This cashiers is like maybe some customer is walk-in or one-time customer. Okay, then you can use this cashiers with the address. Okay. And also you can click on the plus button to add the item code as well. The ISCT. Okay. As I said just now, once you select the item code, the text code will automatically become SV code. Because under the maintain text, the text code SV already set as default. Okay. Then you click on once you click on save, then the system will prompt out a window for you to tell you that the total amount will be 1,080 ringgit. Then you can select the payment method. Yeah, there are few payment method. Maybe you can select through bank, Maybank, CMB, RHB, or cash in hand, or BTCash. Okay, if you select bank, then you need to enter the credit card number. Okay, I select as cash in hand, then I click on OK. Okay, then you can see that for the cash sales, it's already saved. And then under the payment received here, you can see that the payment is into which code is that is cash 320000 is cash in hand, and the bank charge is no bank charge due to that is cash in hand. And then you can see here this the total amount, and for this CS004, once you click, then the system will redirect you to the customer payment entry. Means you already knock off this payment.
Okay, so meaning for the cash sales and invoice, right? The differences here is when you are doing cash sales, then actually system will help you to do the auto knockoff for the invoice with the payment. Okay, so this is somehow like when you go to the 99 speed mark. So whenever you pay, then upon you save, then you can optionals to do the updates of the payments. Okay, so if let's say for your business nature is more on the walk-in customer, then you can do so. Because for walk-in customer, of course, we don't able to do all the records creations of the customers list, right? So somehow you can do this, like maintain customer, you can do a walk-in customer ID or cash sales to records all the transactions. Okay, and then do you show partial delivery just now? Okay, so partial delivery modules, it is additional module as well. But then somehow I know that actually you will need some reports to check from the outstanding. So you need to know, actually for the customer order, any outstandings that you haven't sent. So from here we can choose or overview from the print outstanding sales document listings here. Then we can go under the outstanding sales order here. So we can filter the dates lah, of course. And then for here, we can tick print outstanding items, or you can tick the print fulfill item. Okay, so what's the difference here? Outstanding is meaning like example, you order 10, customer order 10, you've delivered 8. So you have balance 2 haven't delivered, right? Okay, and then print fulfill item is whether I can check the 8 items which documents I already transferred to. Okay, so from here, if I tick it both, then I will able to know I'll transfer how much. Original is 0.5 and then it transfer 0.8. How come it's 0.8? Okay, it's okay. Never mind. So apply. Okay, so I untick all the documents date lah. So you can have more example. You can see. So from here, like example for this sales order, right? So original is order 5 and then transfer 0. So there's outstanding 5. Okay, so you are easily to view that for this. Okay, please don't raise the hand. Rachel, you quite frequent to click the raise your hand. If you have question, then you can just type in the chat box. Okay. For sales orders here, then you can preview as well for the sales outstanding sales order listing. Okay. So from here, we also have providing you the reports that you can cross-check for this sales order. What is the delivery date? What is the original item? And then it transferred to which documents. Okay. And the documents here will be listed lah. So which document and transferred quantity. Okay, so this is all the outstanding sales order listings reports that you can cross-check. And also report-wise here, you can overview. Like example, we have the sales document listing, invoice listing. Okay, so invoice listing, let's say for here, invoice listing, I apply and then preview. I can have all others report like collection report. So this is the total. And then under the totals here, I can click on this show details. Then I can know each of the items details here. And also the summaries at the bottoms. Okay. So somehow you said, since you already can give me grouping, how about can you grouping by customer code? So you can do the grouping here, apply and then preview. Then you're able to generate the reports on the invoice listings here. Okay, so you can do it by grouping, and also the same, you can go to show details, then system will show you on the details here lah. All right. Okay, so this is the sales and purchase. So I will answer some Q&A here right now. Okay, Jason, Sue, this by item flow, can I have by sales order flow? The same thing. So you ask, I think just now JHR already asked. So it's the same thing. You just go back to the orders, the documents parts where you want to see the sales order is transferred from where. So you can just right click and view item flow. That's all. So you're able to view. So this is current sales order, and this already moved to DO and moved to invoice. All right. Okay. And then Chua Chan Hong is asking, how about the pay for cut or touch and go? Oh, under the cashiers, right? Actually, just now in the payment methods here, we are able to choose So what is the payment method? So if let's say you have credit cards, machines, or you have touch and go, then you can have you have to create your payment method types here. Then you can knock off accordingly. So you have to add on your payment type from the chart of account side. Okay. And then Emily is asking, what is a step to refund of excess payment to supplier received from client? So this one haven't reached this step. Okay, wait. So we will proceed on another parts. Okay, so I think just have some. Okay, so for reports, so Jason will show you on the reports.
So we look for the sales. Yeah, this one. Sales price history. Okay, you can click on apply. Then you can see for the each item, their price history is how much. Okay, and then you also can print the report, sales price history. Okay, you can have the overview for all the item codes. Sorry, for all the item, the price history is how much. Okay. Then we go for the sales profits and loss by document. This one is mostly the boss like to view for it lah. Maybe I untick the date. Okay. Okay, in this report, you can see that the I the item cost and the item sales, the amount is how much, and also the profits and margin that you gain is how much. You also can print the report as well. You can get a summary report. You get a summary report like you can see this customer, the quantity and sales and cost, and the profit and loss and the margin is how much that gain. Okay. Sales, and the sales analysis by document. The system by default is already happy to tick the invoice and cash sales, but if you wish to see more on for DO or SO, then you just click on it and then you click on apply. Okay. But you also want to view the quantity beside the amount, right? Then you just click this quantity, then you are able to see the SO quantity, DO quantity, invoice quantity, and the cash sales quantity, as well as the total value for each one. Okay. You also can print the report. This is the report for each customer. Go to the last one, print yearly sales analysis.
Okay, so for this report, maybe you can just have a look on yourself. Actually, you can just grouping and tick grouping whatever you want. Like you can group by customer, you can group by item code. So to apply, okay. So every single report here will be. Please don't raise your hand. Anything you just type in the chat box. Okay. Okay, so for item code customers here, then actually you can grouping and system will show you on the reports for analysis report like example. For this item, from months to months, how much is the total sales? Okay, so you can do any groupings. So this is by group by customer. Just now that one is group by item code, and we also can see whether under the yearly sales analysis who is the top customer. Okay, so from here you can overview from the systems here. You can ascendings by the total amount values here, and then you preview, then you can see the top customers from the list here. Okay, so you're easily to see who is the top for every month, every single month. Then you can have some analysis reports from here lah. Okay, so this is the sales and purchase parts. Okay, before we start, there's some Q&A. Okay, so Lai is asking, the running code for cash sales is not running. Okay, the running code is not running. Maybe is your next number is wrong. So normally you can go to tools, maintain document numbers to cross-check your next running number to make sure the next number is the correct one. If not correct, then you add it to the next number you want, then you save it. Then it can be resolved this problem. Okay, and then Nai Se Yong is asking how do I adjust the print layout of SQL format? Because when the sentence is too long. Oh, okay. So for design reports, so you may ask your access from your support teams. So you can show them their Ultra Viewer or any desk, then they can help you to do the access and checking for you. All right. Okay. So this is support part. I cannot guide you on here. Okay. So right now we will proceed to the general ledger and customers and supplier side. Okay. So for customer and supplier, just now we learned about sales and purchase, right? Okay, sales and purchase normally is all regarding on inventory. So if let's say you have inventory, you are advised to using sales and purchase, and of course e-invoice era, you are advised to using for sales and purchase as well. Because on customer and supplier, there has a limitations on the 35 fields. Because you know that under the customer invoice, they do not have classifications code and so on and others. So we are unable to do the e-invoice submissions through the customer invoice. So everything we must translate to the sales invoice here to do it for the submissions. Okay, so later on we will show you how do we do the e-invoice submissions, of course. All right, okay, and then for right now, this one, just now remember when we create the invoice, right? Example, IV 00019. Okay, so this IV 00019 actually, once you post in the sales invoice, under the customer invoice, it will automatic updated. Okay, so whenever you create a sales invoice, then customer invoice will update. But then if let's say you are doing the customer invoice, system won't help you to post to the sales invoice. Yeah. Okay. So there's no U-turn. Okay. So for customer invoice, you make sure you are doing in the correct documents. Then system will help you to update. Okay. So for customer invoice here, okay, you can see customer invoice and sales invoice. What's the difference here? Let me show you side by side. Okay, so the left hand here will be sales invoice and right hand side will be customer invoice, right? Okay, so from here, actually, you can see the items, it's the same. Just the problem is when this one, the sales invoice here, you have quantity, you have unit price, you have discount and so on. But then customer invoice is very straightforward. You just post which account you want to post, then amount with tax or not. That's all. Okay, so if anything's related to stock, inventory, you are advised to use sales, but trying to move everything to sales invoice because in the future, when we are doing the e-invoice submissions, we are only using a sales invoice to do the e-invoice submissions. Yeah. Okay. So the same thing for suppliers and also purchase. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you how do you do the payment. Okay, so as long as I have the invoice ready, so let's say I'm doing the payment. Okay, so I go to customer payment and I go to new and then I choose for the customer. Okay, so for customers here, let's say I'm doing the customer payment for a home furnishing. Okay, so this A-home furnishing, how much you receive the payments low. So let's say you receive a 6,000 ringgit lah. Okay, so you type in the 6,000 ringgit at the paid amount, and then which bank you're going to bank in. Okay, like example, this is your Maybank, then you can put in the Maybank, and then your bank charges if there have, and your check number. Okay, check number is maybe is a bank reference. So somehow if you have still using a check, then you can key in your check number. Somehow, if let's say you are using a system or you are using Gyro payment, then you can update your transactions numbers here. Okay. And then after this, you may knock off. Okay. So you can knock off this until the 6,000 fully knock off. Okay. So after this, you may save it. Then system will help you to auto assign the running number as well. Okay. And if let's say you want to preview for the reports, so you can go for the half page here. And okay, close it. Okay. And then from here, you were able to see on the official receipts here. Okay. And then you can click on the share. Here, actually, you can log in your WhatsApp and then you send this through your WhatsApp. Okay, so we have these WhatsApp features and also you can print it out and then or you can do the email. Okay, so for the official receipts here, we will mention about which is the document number you knock off and then original amount and paid amount how much. Okay, so this will be the official receipt. We have half page. We also have a full page. Customer payment. Okay, so customer payment, this is how do you do a customer payment. So customer payment, just now we mentioned we have half page and full page, you can choose accordingly. Okay, I think debit notes here, here is the differences is you have two options here. Either you want a running number for the end or you want a journal running number. So if you want a journal running number, then you can use a new JE, then the system will using the journal running number. If you don't want, you prefer on journal running number, then you can just using a new DN, but the double entry was still the same lah. Debit customer and credit the accounts that you post to. All right. Okay. So this is the debit notes you can key in. Okay, and then for customer credit note, the same lah. Just now we mentioned about if you have any returns of goods, then you're using a sales returns or sales returns or sales CN. Okay, so upon done, then if you done the sales CN, automatically it will post to the customer CN. Okay, so if let's say this one is a discount allowed or a special discount, then you can come to credit notes here. Then you can post to accordingly, like example, you want to control with this amount and how much is the amount. Let's say it's 370, tax inclusive, then I can tick this one. So I can knock off accordingly, and after this, I save the credit notes. All right. Okay. One more thing, actually, we can also overview for this credit note, what's the double entry? So like just now invoice, debit note payment, actually I can press Control O, then system will help, it will automatically show me the double entry, what is the debit and what's the credits for these documents. Anyhow, because in SQL, you do not need to know what is your debit and credit. System will help you to do. But if you want to cross-check, then you can press Control O, or you can right-click and show double entry. And also there's audit trail, so you're able to see who had keyed in and who had edited the transactions. So all the documents we have audit trail as well lah. Okay, so this is credit note. And refund. Okay, so if let's say you have any refunds, then you can go to the customers here, then you can do the refunds, and then you choose what's the outstanding. Because if let's say they pay extra, so you're going to refund, then you can refund. Like A Home doesn't have any extra payment. CI also don't have. Okay, wait, who else have? Nobody have. Okay, wait, really don't have. Okay, wait, I see unapplied amount here. It really don't have. Okay, so let's see. So let's say it's 500. Okay, so this is 500, and then you're going to refund extra payment. Let's say this is an extra payment. So again, I refresh, I choose Wendy. Then you were able to find these 500s here. Okay, so this is the customer refunds. Then you can knock off accordingly, and then system will help you to reverse the payment. Okay, continuously we come to the customer statement. So for customer statements here, actually, remember just now, earlier sessions, we are telling you, I'm going to show you open item statement and brought forward statement. Okay, so first thing, you have to choose either you want a 6-month or 12-month statement. Okay, and then for the statement type, open item statement and brought forward item statement. Okay, so what's the difference here? Let me show you. If let's say right now I'm doing the open item statements here, I apply. So every customer outstanding will show okay? When I preview, then system will show me all the invoices. Okay, you can see the star here is mean asterisk. So asterisk will meaning this month they already done the payment. Okay, so this is the open item statement. No matter I'm doing the searching for 1st of October until 31st of October, if any outstanding invoices, it will show open item. It will show all in details. Okay, so this is open item. Okay, you can also viewing on the bottom parts. There is 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Okay, so this one is 6 month options, right? So it will only show current month until 5 months and above. Okay, so statement by statement. Okay, so if let's say you need a batch email statement by statement to the clients, then you can do the customize for batch email statements. Okay, you can check from your agents. Okay, and what if I'm using a brought forward statement? Okay, brought forward statement, you can see when you preview, you can see the previous periods that you are not in filter. So just now I'm filtered from 1st of October until 31st of October, right? So only it will display all the October transactions. The previous month, it will show you in a balance brought forward only. So this is the differences between brought forward statement and open item statement. But of course, I think to let your clients know, it's better you show all in details. So it will easily to view how much is their outstanding. Okay, so this is the customer statement. And then for agings report, then you can have a look. Agings, we have 4 months, 6 months, and also we have local and multi comparisons. Okay, I'm showing you local and multi-currency comparisons here. Okay, you overview on this one, like Square, they have RM, they have USD. So the system will help you to convert it. RM is how much, USD is how much. So system will help you to do the conversions. Okay, so you are easy to overview on the transaction as well. Okay, so this one you can have a look on your own SQL system. If you have any questions, then of course you can refer your account, your support team. Okay. And one more thing is the overdue lah. So let's say you're going to send overdue letter to your clients. How do you do so? Okay, so you can come to customer due document listing and then you group by customer name. Go to the level 1. Okay, group by customer name and you preview, and system will help you to do the overdue letter. Okay, you do not need to attach. So you just list. Then system will help you to list or what is the document number outstanding, how much due date. Okay, so from here, this overdue, you can optional choose overdue or undue. Those is undue, don't want to show, you only show overdue. Then you can apply accordingly with the letter. Okay, so this is the overdue letter, then you can able to share to your clients if let's say they really overdue too long. So you need to issue official letters for them. Okay, so this is for customer side. And for supplier, okay, supplier actually is the mirror side of the customer. So I think we're not going to repeat because if we still repeat, then actually we do not have enough of time. Okay, so let me have some short Q&A sessions settle first, then we will proceed to the general ledgers part. Okay, look, is it necessary to key in all our stock into the system? It's not necessary. Is you are you want to record for accounting purpose, it's not necessary to have to key in all the stock items. Because under the sales invoice, okay, many people will confuse. Just now I mentioned, yes, I mentioned about sales is regarding on inventory. But if let's say I don't have invoice on E-invoice era, I don't have invoice, how? Okay, actually, without item code, you will still able to type in description. So you type whatever services you are provided in the description. Without item code, system is acceptable. Okay, so we move on to the second question here. Rachel is asking how. Hi, may I know how to key in the customer down payment and show in sales invoice? Down payment? What do you mean down payment? You mean the deposit, is it? If deposit actually, okay, if let's say you want to show in the sales invoice, right? Actually, I don't know whether you got realized under the sales invoice part, right? Actually, you can see there is a deposit amount here. So you can key in the deposit amount and your report will need some amendment. So total amount is how much minus the down payment or deposit and then balance how much you have to pay. then it able to do under the sales invoice. So you can do so. And Globe HR is asking, if our invoice amount is 10, but they pay us 5, so how do we knock off the amount? You can knock off. So meaning they still owe you for 5 ringgit lah. Yeah. So if let's say 10, invoice is 10, but you pay 5 under customer payment, you take 5 ringgit that you receive, then you knock off. Then system will help you to do the outstanding automatic. So even though like, okay, example, this one is 85 ringgit. If let's say you only receive 50 ringgit, then you type 50 lah. Then you knock off. Then system will help you to show 35 ringgit. Okay. And move on. EMC, we mix overseas invoice use TIN number. Overseas don't have. They normally will provide you their business register number, but it's okay. TIN number supplier don't have, right? Then actually what you can do overseas. Actually, overseas here, you can do what? You can go to the text here, and then here, then you can choose either one. Okay. All right. So this one we will talk about on the self-billing part. Okay. And then can supplier invoice itemize stock item quantity to be automatic update to stock control? What you mean, or cannot supplier invoice, it won't be affected. So you only can do under the purchase invoice. Okay, Liao is asking how to self-bill. This one self-bill. Later on we will show you because under the Liao, maybe you didn't join our E-invoice seminar. Actually, we got talk about this employees claim expenses. What do you need to do? It's okay. Never mind. We'll answer you later. Okay. And Adi, how to appear the deposit payment in the final invoice? This one you have to ask your support teams to help you to do some adjustment on your footer parts because let's say the invoice amount is 1,000. Okay, so you receive 50% of deposit. So you can update the deposit amount 500 and then balance to pay 500. So this one you have to do customizations. No, not control A for Voon Yu Fong. The double entry is control O. Okay, or you can right click show double entry. Okay. And Hidayah is asking customer contract. Yeah, sure, I can show you. For customer contract is meaning the contract between customer and supplier. So you can go for the customer contract first. No matter you do supplier contract first or customer contract first, it's okay. So you can go from here and then you can contract, let's say it's a 200 ringgit, then you can knock off. Upon done, you may save. So these contract numbers, system will automatic bring you to the supplier contract. So you can straightforward contract with your sister company 200 ringgit and save. That's all. So system will help you to do both party contract. One is Edit and International PLT, another one at home. Assume these two companies is brother sister company lah. Okay, so no matter you do supplier contract first or customer contract first, the same. Once site you done, upon you save, then system will bring you to another site to avoid you double up. Okay. So Ada is asking if get deposit first before issuing invoice, where should we key in? Okay. So if you have deposit, actually you can come to the customer deposits here. So you can key in the deposit here. So how much you have received, and then let's say you have a receipt of 1,000 ringgit. Okay. So you receive these deposits. And after this, if you are doing the pay, after you have the invoice, let's say CAT. Okay, so let's say I'm doing this CAT for the invoice of 1,000 also lah. Sorry, 1,000. Okay, so I can go to the customer payments here to doing the knockoff to withdraw the deposit from. Okay, so from here I can choose the deposit and then knock off and save. That's all. So this is how do we, sorry, I'm not doing, from here, I choose this deposit. I have to choose deposit, yeah, and then knock off, save. So this is a deposit module, you can do it. Okay, so this is the customer deposit part. Okay, I already answered all the Q&A. So we'll move on to the GL part now. Okay, for GL parts, right? We have the cash book entry. Okay, cash book entries here, we have payment voucher. We also have official receipt. Okay, so very straightforward. Payment voucher is the payment. No? So let's say, okay lah, I answer the the who asking the expenses for employee, employee claim. Okay, so let's say I'm the employee CV. Okay, so if in e-invoice era, the small ticket item, like example, toll pay, parking fees, and maybe mileage claim, okay, so you can do it manually, do it as same like right now, small ticket items. As long as you have the proofment, you have the employees letters to prove this is your worker, so they enjoy or they're entitled for all these claims, then should be no problem. If let's say you really so lucky to kena audit lah, okay? So like example, you have parking, then you can just key in this way only. The summary 150 per month, let's say. Then you can key in. That's all. So this is the parts you can do for the payment voucher. And also one more thing is like, let's say lah, okay, I'm doing this payment voucher as pay slip, because somehow I know they do not have payroll system. So I can also use these payment vouchers as my pay slip. What should I do? Okay, let's say my salary, let's say is 3,000. Okay, so these 3,000. Okay, so the salaries here, then EPF. So let's say my EPF is 11%, 330. So I can put a minus sign here, and system will help me to do the calculations as well. Okay, so this is how you, if let's say you don't using any payroll system, you are typing as a payslip, then you can do so. So this is the way that you can do a payment voucher. And of course, you can preview. So preview, we have full page, we have half page. So you can view accordingly lah. Okay, so I show you a half page payment voucher. Okay, so, and also the same thing for official receipts. So for official receipts here, if let's say you receive the rental income, so you can come the rental here and then put in here. But in the future e-invoice era, you have to do billing. Because if let's say you are a company, then you have to do sales invoice. Yeah, okay. But if less, or you can also using this one to do the submit e-invoice in the future, but you have to fill up the company names, whoever pay you the rental lah. Okay, but if you are individual, then you just wait people to bill you. They will self-bill you, no problem. Okay, so this is the official receipts parts. And the same thing, you can press Ctrl O to double view the double entry, and also you can see the show double entry here. Okay, but in a safe mode lah. Okay, so this is the official receipts. So I show you double entry, so you can able to view on the. All right. Okay, so this is the payment voucher. And how about for journal entry? So for journal entries here, this is the only one transactions you need to know double entry. So others you no need to know double entry, no problem. SQL will help you to do. So from here you maybe you need to know lah. Okay. So if let's say auditors give you the adjustment, then only we use the journal entry. When we going to use journal entry is on nothing's related on the payment, something adjustment of account, then we use journal entry. Okay, so from here, let's say fixed assets. I have the depreciations here, 3,500 for this year. Okay, and then I depreciations for my fixed assets here. Furniture and fitting, let's say. 3,500. Okay. So of course you can write lah why you're doing this depreciations of furniture fitting. Okay, so you can update here and then save it. Okay, so this is the journal entry. Then of course you may preview with half page or full page as well. Okay, so this is the journal entry. Move on, we come to bank reconciliations. For bank reconciliations here, actually a good news for Maybank user and RHB Reflex. Why? Actually, you can link your RHB Reflex account or Maybank accounts here. Then your bank reconciliation system will help you automatic match. Okay, so you do not need to do the manual tick, tick, tick. Okay, or for others bank do not set, you still can load lah. You can load the statement. You load your statement, then system will help you to cross check and then to help you to check whether it's our HP bank or public bank, and then system will prompt you. If you click yes, then system will help you to read also. But our HP and Maybank is no need to load. Just others bank you need to load only. Okay, but still have the AI features to help you to do auto bank reconciliations. Okay, so you can have a look on our YouTube video on the bank reconciliations parts. Okay, and sorry, I need to rush a bit because of the e-invoice topic. I think everyone is waiting. Okay, and for maintain stock value, just now Jason got no. Okay, maintain stock value. Okay, so this is the you can sum up the total stock values to be displayed in the P&L or balance sheets as at every month or every year ends. Then you can key in your figures here. Let's say okay, you just update accordingly. If project, then you can assign by projects. Okay, and journal listing, document listing, you can have a look. Okay, one more thing is journal of transactions listing. Maybe you want to overview by documents. You want to see which debit, which credit. And also we have one special reports. Because if let's say one day you found your trial balance is not tally and you found actually it's correct. Maybe it's the system posting error. Then you can use the imbalance report to overview, and system will help you to do the checking. You don't need to one by one compare. Okay, so this is a good report for you. Journal of transaction listing, you can see the double entry debit and credit. So you can see what's your debit side and credit side by bank, by general, by purchase, by sales. Okay, so you can optional choose which journal types you want. If you don't tick, then meaning all lah. Okay, and bank reconciliation listing, they have a looks. Okay, for ledger reports here, ledger report, we have three types. We have general ledger, we have sales ledger, we have purchase ledger. Okay, so general ledger, as we know, so it's nothing to do with the customer and supplier. Okay, so there is so many report as well. Okay, so you can have a look on this. So we have details, we have summary reports. Okay, let me show you on the summary reports here. Then you can overview lah, the brought forward, the debit, credit, and balance. Okay, and then system will help you to see the retail earning and then track creditors and track debtors. Okay, so the reports wise, actually we want to talk report, there's 2,000 reports here. So you can self overview. If anything, then you can ask for your support centers. Okay, and trial balance. So trial balance, of course, you can fix your date lah. So example, on 1st of January until 31st of December, you can do your comparisons. So system will have you the openings, period, month to date, and year to date. Okay, so as long as you make sure it's debit and credit is tally. You can see right now it's not tally. Why? Somehow it's because this is a sample testing company. So there's some things wrong on here. So have to adjust. But normally if debit credit is supposedly to be no problems. Okay, and we move to the profit and loss statements reports. Profit and loss statements reports here. we are showing you many kinds of report as well. So you can see to fulfill all the business nature, to fulfill all the business type. Because somehow some of the business, they only can compare this month versus last year this month, or this year versus last year they unable to do because they are doing a seasonal sales or tradings. So we can have all of these options here. You can have project comparisons as well. You have quarterly, you have 12 months comparisons, or even though we have a 12 months comparisons reports. Okay, so you can have a look from here. All right, okay, so let's say I'm going to view on the 12-month reports. So system will help me to have all these columns will showing out all bi-monthly. And then when you preview, then of course the system will show you with the reports. So you can do it accordingly. And now I'm going to show you with the project, okay, project-based company. Okay, so let's say I'm doing a project comparison. So you can see 6 column, 10 column, 19 column. Okay, so let's say I go for the 6 column. Others is the same. This 6 column projects, right? You can highlight the project format first. Then you can click on this print project comparisons. Once you tick this print project comparisons, under the projects here, you will able to see the project list you have. Okay, so you can tick accordingly 6 so meaning it's maximum 6 project only lah. Okay, then you click add, and system will help you to append all the project rows here. Then you apply, then system will help you. Okay, of course, the financial period you can do accordingly lah. Okay, so this is the project comparisons. So you can also previews with the reports. Then system will show you the variance, the percentage. All right. Okay, so this is profit and loss, and this is balance sheets. Okay, so balance sheet the same. We have so many reports options here as well. So you can have a look, and then the report type here we have UK standard and US standards. Okay, so you can choose accordingly on your preference. Okay, so 3 columns here is like example. We have the 3 column for susut nilai for the accumulated depreciations. So 3 column is meaning this cost, accumulated depreciations, and then you get the net book value. Okay, so this will be the 3 columns reports. And cash flow statement, profit and loss with cash flow, you can have a look on your needs. Okay, so that's all for general ledgers parts. All right. Okay, so I'm using this preset database for sandbox testing. Okay, so for SQL user right now, I understand it is not everyone on the first batch to start E-invoice, right? Okay, so for January start E-invoice person, and also July start E-invoice person, you can right now trials on our sandbox testing mode. Okay, so sandbox testing mode here, you need to link your own my text portal. You get the secret code ID like just now the video when we are on the rest time you can see. So you can overview, or you can get the guidelines from your support teams to assist you on how do you do the preset of sandbox testing modes. Okay, so you can see from here right now, my database is already done setting lah. Okay, so if you want to learn step by step how do you do the register of the sandbox, you can join our sessions. So later on, we have the class to sharing with you as well. Okay, but then today's I will show you how do SQL do the E-invoice. Okay, so first thing, we'll go to, again, I repeat for the customer side. So for you, you do not need to send your emails to the clients to update you the TIN number. So as long as you have the business register number, then system will help you to update the TIN number accordingly. And the TIN numbers here is validated. Okay, so you do not need to worry about this. And one more things to be mentioned here will be e-invoice submissions. For e-invoice submissions here, we have two options. Either we have e-invoice or we have consolidate e-invoice. But what is none here? None is not tell you you don't need to submit e-invoice. No. Okay, for none here is actually for this current time, you still cannot confirm that this customer is going to issue e-invoice or consolidate. So whenever you want to do the submissions time, you can do the decisions later. So you can use none. Okay. So SQL have extra options for you. If let's say you still confused, don't know this customer want for e-invoice or is it they can acceptable for consolidate, they do not need e-invoice, then you can put as none first. All right. Okay. After this, we will go to the invoice here. Okay. So right now in the afternoon sessions, we already show you, right? Okay. So like example lah. Never mind, it's okay. I trying to do one e-invoice. Let's say I'm billing to eStream. And for this item, okay, it's 800 ringgit. Oh, the running number, wait. Okay, it's IV 00047. Okay, 47. Okay, so before we submit the e-invoice, I want to show you guys on you can upgrade to the latest version. Actually, we have some invoice format is quite similar to the e-invoice portal on the header side. Okay, you can use this. You can see whenever this is the e-invoice, there's nothing. You don't have UUID. It is unable to read. Okay, nothing. And also, like example, I show you some nice format here. You can see there's no QR code. Okay, so meaning I haven't submit. So right now I want to show you is how do I do the submissions. So from here, after you set up your sandbox, everything's, then you can do the decisions. Either you want to test to send for e-invoice, right? So under the e-invoice portals here, then you can click on submit sandbox e-invoice. For those productions, then there's no sandbox wording anymore lah. So you can do it, submit sandbox e-invoice. So once you click, system will immediately revert you for the e-invoice status. I think the sandbox report server has some problem because you can see the refresh button is not revert. Okay, it's okay now, sorry. I show you through this. Actually, this one is yesterday or last few days I do one. Okay. So you can see whenever you have submitted, right? When you preview the reports, right? Actually, it will have this QR code. Okay. So everyone, if you're on the screen, if you convenience, then you can scan. If you are driving, then don't scan now. Okay. So you scan. So what is this? So you using your phone to scan this QR code. So you will get all these validated informations from these QR codes. So you can take your phone to scan now. So everyone, if you scan and then you get the UUID, the e-invoice return button, can you give me a message number 8? So what is inside? So it will show you this thing, right? It will show you this, right? Okay, so system will show you all this. Yes, exactly. Okay, so I think I saw many people have be able to view it. Wait, have a look first. Okay, somehow somebody will confuse. You haven't updated your 35 compulsory field. How come you already submitted? Actually, want things to be shared. Maybe many people is confused. Your invoice doesn't have the 35 field, you cannot submit as e-invoice. No, wrong. Actually, in the system, we already automatic in the back end captures the 35 field. Okay, so if let's say one of the 35 compulsory field is missing, our system will not allow you to do the submissions. Okay, let's say I don't know whether the server is done refresh or not. Oh no, let me see. Still not reflect. Okay, maybe we try again. Sometimes the sandbox will have problem. Or is it my internet here is very slow? You can see if let's say one of the 35 field was not fulfilled, then system will tell you what is the error now. You must make sure you fix it. This one you no need to read because this we cannot read. We are not programmer. Okay, so whenever you want to do a submissions, then system will tell you, oh, cannot submit because you have identifications number is not valid. Because why? Because you do not have TIN number. Okay. And if let's say you have classifications code number is empty, then you're unable to send to the e-invoice. So meaning the 35 field is not must stick all together in your invoice format. Is the system must have all these 35 field to help you to in the back end to do the submissions to my invoice portal. Okay. So this is the one by one invoice. But you can see this is all the proof that previous month or previous day we are showing to our client. Okay, so okay, never mind. For this, actually you just need to do the invoice, save. 35 field will be cross-checked by our SQL system. And once you press submit sandbox e-invoice, then system will help you to send. Okay, so right now I want to show you with consolidate. So let's say right now I'm going to type some invoice. So example, I'm using eStream again. This one. I am generating many invoice now, let's say. Okay, for this number, I make it different. IV dash 00054, let's say. Okay, I have these three 50, 51, 54. Let's say right now I'm doing a consolidate. What I can do is you can group all the invoices. If let's say your client do not need e-invoice by e-invoice, then you can do consolidate. And of course, we know that under the relaxations period, 6 months, you can no need to do e-invoice, right? You can do the consolidate e-invoice. So under my e-invoice here, then you can choose consolidate e-invoice. You can choose consolidate e-invoice. And from here, you can choose the date. So example, I think I'm using a 14 until 25th. So this is the 3 invoice that just now we generate, right? So I tick, then I go to next. Okay. So what I'm not to show you is in SQL, actually, we can support 2 mode for the invoice running number. We can doing this merge consecutive invoice number, like example, this one, 50 to 51. Maybe 52, 53 is the e-invoice itself. Then 54 is the consolidate. We can do so. Or you don't want, you want to row by row. Then you can untick the merge consecutive invoice number. Then you can go to 50, 51, 54. So it will list all in details and you can do the submissions. So once you submit, I think still cannot. Okay. But then we have the sample for you. This one is the consolidate that previously we do. So you can see whenever this 4 invoice is submit together in one consolidate, on the browse screen here, actually we were able to show you the CI0004. So this one is the consolidate invoice running number. And this one will have C0005 and CI0006. Okay. But currently, because this one haven't submitted, then we unable to see lah. So sorry, because just now in the afternoon we able to do, but now after right now unable to do. Okay, so this is the e-invoice portal. So you can able to do. Okay, wait I'm trying to I go to answer my Q&A first. 去那个拉上去。Wait, I asked Jason to help me to do the scoring of the chat box first. Kim Sun asking why I cannot use the e-invoice. First, you must make sure you had already upgraded to the latest version, because only latest version can be supported for e-invoice, because old version doesn't have the e-invoice module yet. Okay, and also you can use the TIN number as long as the second things that you need to check is after you already upgrade but still not seeing, then meaning is your company profile, the countries you haven't choose Malaysia. Please make sure you update to Malaysia. Okay. Not here. You scroll down a bit. Which one? Wait. Stop. Okay. Wait. Okay. 60123. Where is the 55 field need to be filled up and maintain customer? 55 field is actually included the company name, company address, postcode, state, and so on. Okay, so the 35 field system will automatically captures. So I think if you want to know the 55 field, it's not 55 field, it's 35 compulsory plus 20 optional. Okay, so 35 field is compulsory. Okay. Any others? So submit one by one, that one is consolidate. Okay, wait. Next. User 2 is asking if we generate invoice by today, Friday, can we submit to LHDN on Monday? Yes, you can. There's no rules to tell you that today you generate invoice, you must submit it. You must submit it by today's. As long as today you submit, then you have 72 hours. Only the portal there have 72 hours for you to do the amendment. Okay, and then user 2 asking, or for all invoice generator can send to consolidate? Yes, can. So like example, just now we had already created this one. So we can do this consolidate e-invoice. Okay, why we need to do consolidate? Because if you don't want to do consolidate also can, you want to do e-invoice by invoice can. Because consolidate many people is preferred because you do not need to state so many details to let LHDN to read all your data. Okay. So Emily asked, can we issue an invoice date 31st and submitted e-invoice on October 25th? Cannot backdate lah, then cannot. If today's you do 31st October e-invoice, then you only can submit the e-invoice 31st October onwards. You cannot backdate one. E-invoice no backdates. Okay. All right. So this is the e-invoice patterns here. Okay, and one more things to be shared with you is the purchase parts. Okay, purchase part just now you got somebody ask how do I do the self-bill? Okay, self-bill normally you will do under the purchase invoice part. Okay, so purchase invoice here, actually you can choose lah. Let's say eStream again. Then this item. So from here, purchase invoice, you can see beside others and also self-bill, self-important of goods, self-important of services, and others, and self-bill for monetary payment to agents, distributor. Then only we have all these classifications code to choose. So you need to know somehow right now this self-bill you are doing what purpose. So you can choose your classifications code accordingly. And then after this, after you're done, save, and then only you do the submissions to the sandbox e-invoice. Okay? Different customer can consolidate together. Yes, can. So if let's say it's a consolidate e-invoice, right? You will find that, okay, wait, oh shit. Wait, I show you the previous one, what we had submitted. Consolidate, right? You can overview from here, then you can view the sandbox status. Then the buyer names here, if let's say you're grouping all customer A, B, C, D, E, then for consolidate, the buyer name should be general public. They don't listed all the customer. So every if let's say you submitted consolidate, then it will be general public. Okay. I think you guys all keep asking the 35 field. Actually, you can overview on our, if let's say you got join our e-invoice submitter, right? We have the list. We tell you what is the 35 field. Actually, the 35 field, many things you already have in the system. Like example, company name, like example, TIN number, like example, address, like example, postcode. So no need to worry about it. If let's say one day when you start the e-invoice, or maybe you can try the sandbox first, then whenever the 35 field one is missing, you are not allowed to do the e-invoice upload. Okay, so you have to do so. Staff claim, no need. Staff claim, just now we already show you under the payment voucher, GL payment voucher, we can do the my invoice. We can send the my invoice here. After you do the employee claim, then you can do the submissions here. Okay, so self claim you can do so from here. No need to do purchase invoice. And one more thing, but right now the server is down, unable to show you, is in the future lah, for SQL user, right? If one day you are SQL user, if anyone bill you for e-invoice, actually you have one feature so-called import sandbox e-invoice or import productions e-invoice, because we will link to the IRB server, then we apply maximum 10 days. Let's say it's 15th of October. Can go. Okay. Just submission cannot. Don't know why. Okay. So from here, you can see we able to track from the IRB server to know who had billed you. So you do not need to rekey in the purchase invoice. This is a very great news, because right now when you do is this, you tick, the system will help you to auto mapping your supplier code by the SSM business register number. Okay, so of course you can change lah, but system will help you to auto map. And also the bottom parts here, the item code, the descriptions here, everything's here. Okay, so classifications code also there. So you can just mapping your item code, that's all. Item code is not compulsory field. Okay, so you can mapping your items, and then 444, the amount cannot be changed. Then you can do the import. So let's say when you're doing this import, right? Can I think the server down. IV0020. Okay, let's see. Yes, already imported. Okay, so you can see I just click on the batch import. I also do not key in purchase invoice, but the system already helped me to do the key in. So it's very easy. In the future, whenever there's somebody bill you, then you just batch import, and then you don't need to key in your purchase invoice anymore. And you know the descriptions here. This is the part where imported from my invoice. Okay, so far is this part we're going to share you, but for all the details like you want to know more on 35 field, you want to know how do you set up digital cert, or how do you start up by sandbox, then you can join our training class. Okay, so our training class where you can go to check from is you can go to our Facebook to overview. There is a course, there is a something sharing you on the 299 course. We have Mandarin session, we also have English sessions, so you can join or you can ask, or if you want to know more, then you can email us training@sql.com.my to ask the details. Training. So that one will be a 3 hours class to guide you from zero to full with how do you do the submissions, how do you set up, and everything's for the sandbox guideline. Okay, so per price is 299. So you can check with us. All right. So I think that's all for today. But I will of course I will answer all the Q&A lah before we ending this class. Wait, where's my button? And I will answer the Q&A now. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. The training 299 cannot be claimed HRDF. Haha, 299 cannot claim HRDF. Okay, Chris Chong. Is it the 299 is doing through the Zoom. So it's 3 hour sessions. Then it can be replayed for 1 week. Okay, so you guys can register, and then you can ask your colleagues to together to join lah. Okay, and Chris Chong asking, hi, if we direct imported from my invoice, so we can't do transfer from such as PO or good receive. Yes, cannot, because it's straightforward direct from the my invoice portal. Then there's no transfer. Okay, and then May is asking, I go up, for sales advance, e-invoice need to be issued. How to do advance e-invoice? And when will this advance recognized as sales in SQL? In SQL, whenever you do the invoice, then it will straightforward recognize these double transactions. So if let's say 2 days when you are doing one invoice, it not necessary is already post to the my invoice portal. So the e-invoice is whenever you decided to post as e-invoice, when you send, only it will be an e-invoice. Okay, so any sales advance, if let's say 2 days you are doing a next month billing, it is follow the next month billing invoice. Okay, and Uni is asked, how could the system know the purchase is under which account though, since it's not always under purchase account? Oh, okay. If let's say under your purchase, right, you want to post to others account, since it's not always under purchase account, right? So from here, you can call the accounts here, then you can choose accordingly which account you want to post to. Then system will not necessarily post to the purchase account only. No? So this is the parts that you can do. Okay. Oh, E-invoice. Okay, somebody is asked to use E-invoice, do you need to subscribe additional module? Yes, you need to buy E-invoice module, then only it can be run. But sandbox is everyone can test, okay? So whenever you want to start productions, then you must have. And Masruta Shah, what is the sign asterisk in the SOA? Asterisk is meaning the star is meaning fully payment for that month. Okay. We are doing services for client, no stock monitoring. Is there any impact if we are using supplier to record? It's no problem, yeah. So like example just now I mentioned about whenever in the sales and purchase, if doesn't have any item codes, it is acceptable. You can remove the item code, then you can just type the descriptions that you have. Oh, Uni is asked, is it the Maybank RHB reflect is safe? Yes, it's safe lah. Of course. And JC is asking, how about we haven't done bank reconciliation in SQL system, but in Excel, how to capture following months? Then in the system doesn't have updates, then you still have to update, yeah? Maybe you can do a lump sum one. Okay. Staff claim, subclaim, as I said, you can using a general ledgers, cash flow entry. Okay, what's the latest version? The latest version right now is 999.856. Okay. This import also apply to CN. Yes, it have. So meaning it have a batch import sandbox. So it apply to the supplier CN. Can the system trace the number for individual customer? Not all the individual customer we can search is due to for IG. IG normally is not validated. So any TIN number is not validated, we are not entering in our SQL system. So for this individual customer, if you have a lot of individual customers, sorry, you still have to manually key in for the IG number. How to save setting on the hamburger button after logout? Oh, yeah. Okay. So that one is the preset of the layout. Okay. The hamburger buttons here, if let's say I want this format to be displayed every time when I come in the purchase returns here. So I can save the layout. What you can do is right click, then you go to grid layout, then you save the layout. Okay, then you can put a name, like example, purchase return, then I put a PR. Then I save. So in future, when I come to the purchase return again, purchase return, then it will fix this one. So you can save the layout. Okay? Can I? All right. Okay, I think that's all for today. So thank you for all for joining us. So this video, no worry, after we massage, then we will upload. So any questions, you can ask your support center or you can email us if any today's parts you want to know more, okay? And also remember you can join our budget talks and also you can also join our e-invoice details training as well. Okay, so thank you everyone. Today is Friday, right? Okay, wish you a happy weekend. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Subscribe to our YouTube for the latest videos, follow our Facebook for the latest update, go to our website for reports and guides. It's so easy.